What I need, what I...
Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Blade and Sorcery video. On the TikToks that I've done covering Blade and Sorcery mods and videos where I've had a bit of fun with different types of mods, one mod that I've been asked in particular that a lot of people seem to want to know or want to actually find out. Hey Chen, hey bro, what spell mods do you use? Now, this is a very, very good question, but at the minute, before when U10 did recently come out, I had a load of different spells right here that pretty much filled my whole thing up. I had probably the majority of popular spells that were usable for U10. Now, I've updated my spells again. I've already made videos of this on TikTok of what spell mods I use, but I'd like to be able to do an updated version of this today, so you guys can find out what spell mods I use, and be able to go and give you them. So, with quite a lot of these already, they are in my Discord on what my PCVR, Blade and Sorcery PCVR spells are. They are mixed in with my other mods that if you want to go and download, you can. But here we go. So, to get your spells looking like this, you need the spell enhancer. So it gives the name off, and it gives it this overall look, so it's not all just crammed in a circle. So we're going to go from top to bottom. So the first one is Rave's Spider-Man spell mod. So this one is a little bit more of a realistic mod, as it gives, if we go and select it, that's weird, they shouldn't be doing that. Lashing, this one is by Lanka. This mod right here is essentially like a really big super glue mod, so if you wanted to stick an AI down there and have a little bit of fun, you get the trigger button, you pull it, and it keeps the AI in place. You want to really test the limits of it, attach it with another NPC. How beautiful is that? Just make a big blob of NPC body parts. That is gorgeous. Then, if you want to unselect that, hold down X or hold down the opposite button on your other controller, and it will deselect it. You just gotta give it time. Then once you've done that, then obviously we've got the classic fire, gravity, and electric mod right here, but this electric mod is lightning, but we have got to change the force so it's more accurate with Star Wars lightning. So you might not notice anything, but it does work, funny enough, a little bit different than regular lightning, so it gives it a bit more of an actual effect like you'd see off power lightning. Then, next mod that we're going to go and have a look at is Lightning Manifestation. So the cool thing with Lightning Manifestation, this mod right here, it manifests lightning weapons. And as well, if you go and put it together with another one, to go on Lightning Manifestation, you can make everything around you get electrocuted. And get weapons like this. Next, we are going to go to the Force, pretty much. The Force right here. Example with an NPC. It pushes him down like that, essentially like the Force. Pretty neat. I've got Soulfire. So let's say you killed an NPC and you wanted to get him back. So let's say we killed this guy right here. Let's go and revive him back. So Soulfire is a reviving spell, but it really depends on how much it revives him. For example, like this, if you decapitate him, he's not going to come back to life, but you'll know it worked because their hair color will turn blue. The next spell, this is off the Honorless mod. This pretty much teleports you. So if you really need to go and get around a little bit more quicker, it's teleport's finest. Then, if we go down to Electro, if you've ever watched Spider-Man or recently watched Spider-Man, you'll know the Electro Yellow Lightning, and that is what this is. Pretty straightforward and pretty simple, and as well a really cool detail to show with this. It also changes things to yellowish and blue lightning. Our next mod right here, so all the lightning ones, so we've got false lightning there as well. We've got Time Stop. Time Stop, this has been around for quite a while on Blade and Sorcery. One of the first mods I, funny enough, ever used in spells. And simply, it stops time like this. So if you get in a bit of a sticky situation while fighting some NPCs or you're in a really intense fight, use this spell and pretty much act like Quicksilver. And then if you want to deactivate it, have the spell selected. And it turns everything back to normal, and you'll see because the colour gets a bit brighter again. Then, once you see that, we've got the false right here, then we've got Frozone. The Frozone spell, it is cool. This spell right here, it freezes any NPC. So if you go and use the Frozone spell, if you've ever watched Incredibles, you'll know who he is. But this is what the spell looks like. It pushes the people back, and then it eventually collapses them. And then it'll make them go a little bit more pale, like they're getting frozen. As you can see, the skin colour's kind of changing. And they're having a little bit of a spaz. Now, you've got the dummy spell right here. As you've seen me use already, this is another spell worth using. Get out the way. That's what I thought. So with this spell right here, it spawns 3 types of NPCs. So you've got the first NPC right here, is non-movable. If you want to just torture some people, have a bit of fun, you can use this guy. If you go and click the trigger button quickly and select the second one, this one is an enemy that you can use. And then, last but not least, you've got a friendly one, which fights the enemies as well. So if you put an enemy there, this one will fight him. Next, we have got Mr. Cans, a very cool one. As with this, you can see, it's just huge, giant. Another great popular mod that you can use, and you can climb around with as well. So if you go and grab the ground like this, we can go and climb and pretty much use them like Doc Ock arms. It's a very, very nifty mod that we can use. And then, if you go and hold it down for long enough, it can change into Doc Ock arms as well. Then, we've got another time stop spell. This is Bend. So we've got Bend time right here. It pauses it for a limited amount of time. You can go and mess around with time. And instantly kill someone. How cool. Then, we'll go on to Dark Chains. Dark Chains, this is a very, very good. This mod right here is a really fun torture one if you're feeling a bit psychotic and a little bit spicy with this. You can easily go and make somebody gravitate like this. And then if you want to just pull their limbs off, there you go. Them just like that, and it keeps their body parts up in the air. Then, getting on to our last ones right here, we've got Needle Storm, which is literally what it says on the package. It's a storm of needles, individual needles that come out of your hand. And as you can see, it goes very, very fast and very, very high. And if you want to make somebody bleed and have a blood mod, this is a very cool mod that works. There you go. And then we'll go on to Toxic. This is a recent new mod that I added to my spells list today, funny enough. This mod right here poisons NPCs. So if you are an NPC right here, go and use the Toxic spell. it will instantly disarm him and make him go green and poison them. Go on. And as you can see, works like a treat. It does wear off eventually, but if you kill them with it, then obviously it won't work. Then, last but not least, we're going to go on to Ward. So the Ward spell, if you've ever seen Doctor Strange, this is similar to the shield spells that he does. When you do it, you don't have the fancy Mystic Arc rating on this, but this is pretty much a protective shield until they knock it a certain amount of times, and pretty much like destroy it until you have to create another one. So if I'd go and whack on it like this, it breaks away like glass to create another one. It's a pretty cool mod, honestly. But there we go. That is all my spell mods that I pretty much use at this moment in time in Blade and Sorcery. I hope this video was pretty cool for you to watch. And if you want to go and these, all these are on my Discord in my Blade and Sorcery PCVR mods section on the Blade and Sorcery. And yeah, if you've got any questions about any of these mods, I can also link a few of my favourite ones in the comment section. I'll link in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Chen, and I'll see you